Hi, I just want to take a couple minutes to talk to you about dealing with combat situations and talk about awareness of your ammo and magazine changes when you're in combat. You know, I shot the first guy in Vietnam in 1967 with a M16 and the last one a couple years ago in Iraq. And what I found out is in a firefight, a gun battle, these two things are really important. Everything's important, of course, but this is a little something I just thought I'd pass on. Not that I'm any better than anybody else. You probably all know how to do all this stuff, and you're probably better. My son Kelly's really great. He's faster, better at me. Now, even when I was young, he's better than me. But don't tell him his dad said that. His head will get too big. Anyway, important thing is what I worry about when we're in a firefight is how many rounds you got left. Now you can't tell to the exact one maybe, but not knowing how many rounds you got left and when to do the magazine changes. So I've had people talk to me and say, well, that's easy, just count your rounds. Well, let me tell you, that tells me one of two things. Either they've never been in a gun battle, or they're a hell of a lot braver and calmer than I am in a gun battle. You know, there's lots of things going on. You're trying to find and engage the target. The first thing I learned in my firefight was they're not paper targets. Damn people move, dodge, jump, and then they shoot back, which makes me move, dodge, and jump, okay? So now you're trying to acquire targets, you're looking around, your communications, you're listening for the radio, you're trying to communicate with the other men in the operation. It's really difficult. You don't know what's going on. You may have to move, do something. So keeping track of rounds for me, I can't just do that, and it's important to know. So anyway, and one of the things that, and when I talk to them about when to change a magazine, everybody says, well, that's stupid, Kent. Of course, when it locks back and it's empty. And that's not always true. That's not always true at all. But gunfights don't work in a steady, continuous thing. They're stopping and going and pauses. And sometimes you're in a good position, sometimes you're not, you know. So I like to know. So I got mine set up so I can tell when I have 4 rounds left. And I'll tell you here in a minute how, and you can set yours. Some people, you may want it, if you got a 30-round mag, make it so you know there's 10 rounds left. Doesn't make any difference, whatever you think. I set it so that I know when I got 4 rounds left. And at that point, if the fight's going on, at least I know in 4 more rounds, I got to do something. I got to change magazines, and by thinking about that in my head, I do a quicker, more efficient magazine change because I'm prepared to do it. On the other hand, if I got 4 rounds left, and I'm in a good position, that might be a good time to change magazines even if you got 4 rounds left, because you're going to need them. Or if I have to move positions and I'm going to be walking and shooting at the same time, the last thing I need if I only had 4 rounds is to be in the open somewhere moving and shooting. All of a sudden I'm out. Now I got to do a magazine change standing in the open. So the answer to always change your magazine when it's empty, not true. Sometimes I want to know if I've got time now and I'm safe now, I got to pause. I'm going to change mags, so I got 30 rounds in there, and I've only lost the 4 that's in my magazine. So anyway, I'm going to show you how I do this. So come on back here and look down. I'm not sure with this camera if you're going to be able to tell or not. Okay, back over here. I now know I have 4 rounds left. It's locked open. How did I do that? Said I don't know if it showed in the film, but that's because every time I load a magazine, I put 4 rounds in, then I put a tracer, then I fill it up. So when I see that tracer, I know I got 4 rounds left. So I can continue to fight, but mentally be prepared to change magazines in 4 rounds, or if I'm going to move, I can reload, get a full magazine in there, I'm ready to go. And if you do that, the one thing is, start doing it, always do it. I don't care if you're just out having fun, shooting with the guys, target shooting. If you do that, pretty soon you'll get in the habit that as soon as you see that tracer, you know how many rounds you got left. It will really help you. So that's a little tip I wanted to pass on to you. Thank you.